Hello, and what is going on today? I'm be showing you how to make a fully automatic iron farm in your Minecraft survival and or creative world. I've done one of these farms before in 1.17, but now that we're in 1.19, I want to make sure you know that this farm is totally compatible. And if you have any questions on how this works, we're using iron golems spawned by villagers in a specific location. But before I can show you how to make this video, I want to let you know what you need to build it first. So before we get into the making, we need to know what you need beforehand. Here's a list of materials you're going to need before you want to start this project. And what you're going to need for this project is about a stack and a half of building blocks, making sure they're either stone or a building block that is not flammable. That is very important. You're going to need a total of 5 beds. It can be any color you want. I'm choosing white because it was the easiest to get. You're going to need 3 hoppers, 1 single chest, 48 brick walls or any walls that are not flammable, 4 signs, could be any signs you want, 1 bucket of lava, and 1 bucket of water. Once you have all these materials, you want to grab them, put them in your inventory, and pick a nice flat spot, making sure that there's not a higher point and you have a nice flat area to work with. You're going to pick a center line of this area, place 1 block, and build 8 blocks high. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 blocks off the ground and 2 blocks away on each side, building out a 5x5 platform, which I'll show you how to do right now. So 1, 2, go to this side, build out 1, 2 on the other side, 1, 2, and we have one more side to do. And don't think I didn't forget it, 1, 2. And then once you have this sort of cross or X shape built out, all you're going to do is you're going to take your building blocks and you're going to fill in those spaces that we didn't already fill in. So again, just creating a 5x5 platform for the beginning of this farm. Pretty simple so far, very easy. Once you have your 5x5 platform, what you're going to want to do is you're going to grab all your beds. You're going to go to one side, go 1 block away from the edge, and place a bed exactly like that, making sure it's exactly 1 block away from the edge. Again, place a bed to the right, making an L shape like so, and then the other 3 beds exactly like this. This part is very important. Make sure you don't mess this up. If you have to rewind, please do so. After you've done that, grab your building blocks and build 1 block around all along the perimeter except for the block that 1 bed is blocking. Like I said before, it should be the only block that you shouldn't have to place going around the perimeter. Now that we have that, we're going to go and build 2 blocks taller all the way around. So 1, 2, going all the way around, building 2 blocks tall. So in total, you're going to want 3 blocks tall all the way around. You should have something that looks exactly like this. And this is an important part as we get towards the end here. We're going to want to make sure we cover the spot above the bed. So you're going to place 2 blocks there and there, leaving a small gap underneath where the bed is. And now that you have this, this is where we need to put villagers inside. So the next step is going to be grab your villagers. Now you can use a minecart, you can use many ways. I prefer the method where you use a boat. And you simply take a villager, put him in a boat, and if you need to get over a ledge like this, you place a barrel with another boat in front of it, and then you break the boat the villager's currently in. The villager will see the barrel, walk towards it, and get right back in another boat. Pretty simple, and that's easy, and that's how you kind of get them up and over ledges without having to use rails or mine carts or nothing crazy. Simply just a barrel and an extra boat will get you the job done if you really need to get it done. Plus, it saves on the iron, especially since we're making this farm because we have no iron. So again, just to demonstrate, moving the villager, simply placing a boat in front of it, and oh, as you can see here, you got a little stuck, so once we break that, boom, right in. And then now we can move them closer and closer to the farm, but that's a quick and easy trick to get them closer. Another tip I did is you can make this sort of chamber to the left of the farm using temporary blocks like I did with wood here. Again, this would all be simpler just using minecarts and rails, but we don't have that yet, so that's okay. Once you have this chamber, you're going to drive your villager with the boat into it. You gotta escape here first, so we're gonna escape. And now once he's in this sort of tube that's heading towards the top, we're gonna block him in, get rid of the boat, and then completely block him off. So the reason we're doing this is because we're gonna take advantage of the natural ability of the villagers to swim. So we're gonna go to the top of the farm here. As you can see, I blocked it, so there's only one way he can go is into the farm. And then we're going to the top, we're placing 2 water buckets. As you can see, when we look down, as the water hits him, he eventually starts to swim directly up to the top, and now we don't have to use any rails or mine carts. And as soon as he gets to the top, he's just going to bob a little bit. So all you're going to want to do is just to keep him from bobbing is grab some more blocks and just place it one directly underneath the water source, and that'll complete the water source. So as you can see now, we have him completely to the top of the farm without using any rails. And now all you have to do is push him directly into the box, and he should fall right in. So that's one. To do this, you're going to need at least two. So we're going to replace our water buckets and then get rid of the source blocks and then just simply dig out the blocks, and we're going to create the tube again. So we can repeat this one more time. You're going to need a total of 5 villagers inside this cube, but I'm going to show you a trick that you only need to get 2 up here, which is a lot easier. As you can see here, it's definitely easier having this villager breeder. I've made a video showing you guys how to make one, but it'll constantly pump out villagers. Which is good if you're doing a trading hall, or what we're doing, which is an iron farm where we need lots of villagers. But don't worry, I'll still show you the method that uses only 2. So again, we're getting our villager and we're lining him up in the temporary tubes to get him to the top. And we're going to duck underneath, place blocks to keep him from running out, destroy the boat, block him in completely, make our way up to the top of the farm again. And again, I'm just showing you guys this as a little trick, just in case you don't have rails yet, because it is a little tricky sometimes. And then place water blocks here and here. And he'll slowly, very slowly, start swimming to the top once again. And now he's at the top, again, placing blocks underneath it to create source blocks and to keep him from bobbing as much. And now it's just a matter of pushing him. If you're having trouble because he's stuck in the corner, that's okay. You can always place blocks here, getting rid of the source blocks and just trying to wiggle him out. You'd even place a barrel, see if he'll try and go for the barrel. See, the barrel trick actually worked. Oh, maybe not. This guy's giving me a fight for sure. Again, making sure we're not having anywhere he can get stuck in. You could even use a boat, trying to push him in the boat. I've never had this problem before. That's crazy. Again, it's okay. They get stuck sometimes. It's just a waiting game. Oh, and now we're stuck in the pit. All right, well, if this happens, simple fix, just dig your way out, making sure not to let the other villager out. Build back up, and then we're going to jump right over here, and that was a lot of wasted time. I'm leaving that in for the sheer fact that I think it's funny. Well, that's all right. Now that we have both villagers, you only need 2 into the farm. You can do up to 5 if it's easier for you, but I'm only doing 2. We can get rid of the blast tube. As you can see, the only thing I left was the staircase to get up, so it's easier for me to work on the farm without having to build up and build down constantly. So we left the staircase, but we got rid of the tube. Now that you have 2 villagers up in there, take bread, take carrots, take potatoes, and you're going to want to drop it right in with those 2 villagers until you start to see them with red hearts above their name, which means they are breeding. And you're going to do this until there's a total of 5 villagers in total on all those beds. The reason this works is villagers will breed for the amount of beds that they are around, and since we have 5 up here, they will breed up to 5. You'll know you're doing it right if you see the hearts popping above their heads after I fed them a few more loaves of bread. They started to do this right away. And if you watch them, you'll see, we should see a little baby villager. Yep, there he is. So now we have 3 in total. And once you have 3, you know they're going to continuously breed. So now we can start on with the rest of the project. Go to one of the corners, place a chest. Right-click with a hopper, place it one there. Right-click with a hopper, place one there, and one there. You should have a diamond-like formation. This can go in any of the 4 corners. It's up to you. But once you do have this, with all the hoppers leading into the chest, you're going to grab your building blocks again, and you're going to fill in the top of this platform, enclosing the villagers and making sure they can't get out. And then this is going to be the spawning platform for our iron golems. Now, once you've done the spawning platform, grab your wall blocks. Again, you're going to go all the way around the perimeter with just 1 to start for right now. All the way completely around, making sure you right-click over the hopper and the chest so it's a little easier. Build 2 more up, and then go around with those 2. So if you counting in total, that's going to be 3 high with the wall blocks all the way around. This is to entrap the iron golems without letting them spawn anywhere else but this platform. And it also helps that we build it up high. That's one of the reasons why you do build it 8 blocks high, is because the only platform they can spawn on is the one we're in. Now, once you've had that, go to your your corner with the hopper, grab your signs. You're going to place 4 signs in total. So now this is the corner with the hopper. So we're going to go over here and we're going to go 1 to the left of the hopper and place it directly on and over it. So there should be 2 directly over the hopper on the left side. Place 1 there and 1 there. If it's a little difficult or hard to understand, just take a look. You should have something that looks like this. Grab your lava bucket, and you know you did it right if when you go to place it in that top left corner, it doesn't flow down and it's only in the corner. And once you're ready, you're going to go to the outside of the farm and right click with the water in the opposite corner that you put the lava so that you see the water is flowing in the direction of the hoppers. If you want to test it, drop something in there. I recommend like a building block or something anywhere in the water and just making sure that it slowly flows into the hopper. The way you can check is by opening the chest, and that's a good way to do it. And the important part is that you can't leave anything that the golems can spawn on, so we have to get rid of this staircase because they will spawn on the staircase instead of in the platform. This is technically where you can end the project right here, but for design purposes and also to show you that you can make it look a little nicer, we're just going to add some oak in the corners to make it fit in with the rest of the build, making it almost look like a water tower. So we're going to build all the way up with the oak logs, just so it matches the rest of our builds. And so all I'm doing here is placing 1 in the corner. And this is also going to be helpful to access our chest in a little bit. So we're going to repeat this on all 4 sides. Once you have it done on all 4 sides, another helpful tip is you're going to take some slabs and you can add it towards the middle section in between, so it acts like, or looks like, bracing of a water tower. Just making sure that the height gap is not enough for an iron golem to spawn on. That's very important. Or if it's a half slab, making sure it's on the bottom half and not the top half so the iron golem can't spawn on it. The only other thing you have to do for this farm is simply grab your ladders and build on this side right here all the way until you're at the top of the chest. And once you're at the top of the chest, this is how you can access your resources. You don't have to worry about golems spawning anywhere else but here if you have that. It's really simple. We're just taking advantage of the mechanics where the iron golems naturally spawn in the village. We essentially just made a floating village in the sky. You should have something that looks like this, or at least something that resembles this. The way you can tell if it's working is if you climb up to the top and you right click on the chest. We already have 24 iron and 6 poppies, so it's already cranking out iron. If you really want to make sure it's working, you can pillar up on one of the sides here, and you can see the iron golem flows in the water, gets stuck in the lava, and then the hopper picks up the loot. Very simple. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.